Had we not gone in with a very strong, powerful force, they would have lost LA. We're not closing up Republican programs because we think they work. So the Democrats are getting killed. There were no houses. Normally the things would go in the. You might not have lost. You might not have lost 2 houses.
I have a few clips I wanted to look at of Trump and his cabinet taking questions from reporters that got pretty insane. So take a moment if you can, leave us a like on the video. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers, and let's get right to the breakdown.
Gavin Newsom, he's got to get his act together, because had we not gone in at the beginning of my term, had we not gone in with a very strong, powerful force, they would have lost LA. Now, you already lost 25,000 houses to fires. You got a big scar right in the middle of the city, and that should have never happened, because they should have had the water flowing in from the Pacific Northwest. All they had to do was open up the valves. He didn't want to do it, and he didn't want to do it. He says for environmental reasons. I don't believe that, but for some reason he didn't want to do it. And lost 25,000. You had no water in the fire pumps. You had no water in the sprinkler systems in the ceilings. There were no houses. Normally the things would go in the. You might not have lost. You might not have lost 2 houses.
So no, in total of all structures that were lost in the fire, it was 6,800. That includes houses, but of course is not made up entirely or even majoritively of houses. So it's far lower than the 25,000 number he randomly just made up. As we discussed at the time also, this was largely because of Republicans' unwillingness to invest in structures that can better fight against climate change, that of course allows natural disasters to happen more commonly and be more destructive when they do happen. It's not that they didn't have water, it's that the fire burned so fast and so hot that they were losing pressure with the amount of water they were having to dispel to fight it. Trump likes to LARP like he turned on the sprinklers or something and like saved the day, when in reality, it's his very anti-climate rhetoric and actions and posture that allowed for a fire like this to do the damage it did.
We're not going to let him come back. The Democrats are getting killed. And we're going to have a list of them on Friday, closing up some of the most egregious, socialist, semi-communist, probably not full communist, we're saving that for New York, but semi-communist programs, and we're closing them up. We're not closing up Republican programs because we think they work. So the Democrats are getting killed.
I mean, so far, Trump has wiped out special education offices, immunization agencies in the HHS, like ones that fight measles, ones that fight Ebola and other outbreaks. So I'm glad to know that he sees these. Special education is uniquely a Democrat program, I guess. It's a partisan issue now. So like, thanks for that, MAGA. This is what you voted for. But like, it's insane that we have a president even saying this. Like, as he's got the far left radical Democrat shutdown posted all over the White House and government websites in a clear Hatch Act violation, he's also openly stated that, oh, we're only cutting their programs and we're keeping Republicans' ones. Like, I mean, whatever that means, of course, but it's just, what are we signaling? Like, we're supposed to believe that this is the guy who has America's best interests in mind, that he's the one moving America in the right direction? Give me a break.
So it's a little bit like that with, if you take a look at Argentina, if the president doesn't win, I know the person that he'd be running against, I believe, probably. We probably have the person. A person is extremely far left and a philosophy that got Argentina into this problem in the first place. So we would not be generous with Argentina if that happened. If he loses, we are not going to be generous with Argentina. Okay?
This is Trump using money as a bribe to essentially put his thumb on the scale of global democracy now, not just domestic democracy he's threatening anymore, and trying to blackmail Argentina into keeping the far-right small government guy in power. This small government stuff has destroyed Argentina, poverty, the economy, literally every metric has objectively plummeted, like outside of the trend, plummeted because of this man's policies, to the point that Trump just had to bail them out $20 billion. Small government has been shown to be objectively a failure because of this, but he's saying, I'm only going to help you get out of this mess if you allow more of exactly what caused it. But of course, guys, it was the socialism and not the small government libertarianism that had anything to do with it. And they just, they had no power. Like, oh, they did all this small government stuff, but it just wasn't enough. It's all totally believable if you're just looking for confirmation bias to your failed beliefs. I'm sure, MAGA.